Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I know I'm on Watch Out on Keto, and I know that this is normally on the Weathers channel, but hey, we're in Orlando this morning, about to leave the Keto Orlando Summit. So I honestly didn't know this was happening until I got a notification that it was 9:25 and it was almost time to go live. So you know me. If nobody joins this thing, I will be more than happy to end it early. And the TV is on. Okay, here, I found it. I found the remote. Okay, let me put it on mute. Okay. Okay, so I am at the hotel and Richard is in the shower. So I have to remember not to do what we did in Atlanta when Amber came out of the shower, right? And my mom is downstairs, I think, talking to Joe and Rachel. Gigi, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up because apparently I'm supposed to be speaking through my Bluetooth speaker headphones, but I can't tell if that's working. I have a bang this morning because we're going out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? So, good morning. Yes, we can hear you. Perfect. Thank you, Southern Keto Vor. Yeah. So no one knows this is happening right now. Generally, I mean, of course, you guys know that I usually go live on Sunday mornings at on the Weathers channel, but we are in Orlando. We are leaving the Keto Orlando Summit. So we took a group picture this morning. Um, and so these are the shirts. I didn't make these. They're still really nice. So we all went down by the pool, and it was 9 a.m. and it was sweltering hot. Like it was so hot already at 9 a.m. It was all we could do to just take the picture and immediately get out of the sun. But everyone that was still here was down there, and so Joe and Rachel were down there, and I think that's who my mom was talking to. And then just a lot of my friends from YouTube and Clubhouse and all that stuff were down there, and so I stayed for a little bit, but then I came upstairs. So we're packing and we are just hanging out here till 11. And then Joyce and Barry are going to come pick us up and we're going to hang out for a little bit until they take us to the airport. So we won't be back in Louisville till about midnight tonight. But so we kind of have the whole day here in Orlando to hang out. But you know how hotel checkouts are. It's like you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Good morning, Tanya. Look, this is me trying to click on the trying to click on the comments like I do on StreamYard, but it doesn't work like that. So, good morning, Tanya. I didn't, because like I said, I did not schedule a StreamYard because I literally forgot that a live was supposed to happen. But I have an alarm every Sunday morning at 9:25 and every Wednesday night at 8:25. I have an alarm that goes off that reminds me that I'm supposed to be going live. Ugh, my husband just got out of the shower, but he's decent. But boy, he looked good. But ooh wee. Ooh, at least he's decent though. So look. I tell you, if he walks across here indecent, I'm literally gonna have to track all y'all down, like because you will have not been able to see how good he looks. Hera, good morning. Now I'm confused. Were you supposed to be here, or was I supposed to ship your 5K shirt to you? Because I made it and I brought it here, and you did not pick it up. You were the only one that I still have a shirt for. And I was like, well, the good news is I can just give it to her in Louisville. But like, were you supposed to be here? Bernadette's here. Good morning. Hi. So we are in Orlando. We just finished the Keto Orlando Summit. We've been here. So me and Mom and Richard have been here since Wednesday. The conference started on Thursday. It was great. I mean, I'm glad it's over. I'm sure Erica's glad it's over. I'm ready to go home. Joyce is here. Says, "Good morning, my amazing whack fam and fantabulous fine weathers." Hey, I was just talking about how we're going to see you in a little bit. Yes. Tanya said, "Thank goodness Richard is decent because I want to live." Yeah, you're right. I was like, even when he be walking around in this room, I said, if my mama comes in and sees you, I'm gonna have to harm my own mama. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because then she's gonna fall in love with you, and we're just gonna have some Shakespearean tragedy happen because you're too beautiful, right? He knows better than to wield these weapons like that. And I'm probably using all sorts of language that the YouTube algorithm's like, "Ooh, these words aren't appropriate for a live stream." Brianna's here. Says, "Hey, friends, I saw Brianna earlier today downstairs. Didn't I see you? Down by the pool. I hid out. I was like, it's too hot. I've got to go." But Brianna was here all weekend. We went to dinner with her and Joe Ray on Friday, and that was really fun. So yeah, I think I think I would say Brianna and Joe Ray were like the only two like OG Wax Fam members that were here, which I mean I love hanging out, but I'm excited to see all of you guys at Keto Palooza as well, like in our elements. Because Brianna, wouldn't you agree? Like this was kind of like a clubhouse meetup. Like as much as this was like a larger conference where like people that knew nothing about Clubhouse came to see the speakers, a lot of the tone and the voice was from the Clubhouse community, which is great because I'm part of that. But I could see where it's just like that's not my community. Whereas like the wax, watch on Keto Palooza is kind of like a wax fit meetup. It's like a yeah, all these other people are here, and we're at a conference. But the real party's with the wax fam. So I'll be excited for all you guys to come to Louisville. Um, Harris said it was supposed to be shipped. Mm, my bad. Did not know that. So thank you for letting me know. Glenda's here, says good morning, everybody. Jen Delaney's here, says good morning. Hope the summit was fun. It was really fun. If you know anything about the Keto Orlando Summit, you know that the hotel that we're staying at, the hotel, even though it's called the hotel, the Hilton and Convention Center, the hotel is in one spot, and then the actual convention, like where you walk to actually have the sessions, is a cool half mile away, even though it's all indoors. I mean, it's like the hotel is so big that you have to literally walk to the next block to go to all that stuff. So it's just like we've done a lot of walking. And I mean, I hit like over 15,000 steps the first couple of days, over 20,000 steps on Friday. Like, because just to get from the conference area to your room, it's kind of like packing. It's like packing for the wilderness. If you forgot something in your room, you're like, it's just gonna have to stay there all day because I can't make the trek back to go get it. So I'm excited to just not have to, do all that walking. And that's another thing that I like about the Galt House is that like it's all in the same area. Like it was absolutely crazy. These here says morning good weathers and Mark fam. Looks like you were having a great time at the summit. I wasn't sure if Ketopalooza came early with that walk you were heading up. Yeah, I look, that walk was fun. And I was honestly questioning whether or not I was going to do the bridge walk this year. I was like, did people enjoy that? Was that okay? But that the walk that the 5K, the makeshift 5K that we did even here was very fun. And I was like, you know what? I gotta do that walk. Like physical activity for those of us that like to do it it's really fun and rewarding. And it was funny because like out of the couple hundred people that were here, there's like what 25 people that did the 5K. And I looked around and I was just like, we are just some intrinsically motivated people. Like to wake up at 6:45 on vacation to walk this random path. Like at least Erica had cones, so we know we're supposed to go. But I was like, just participate in this because we love physical activity. I was like, that's some special stuff. And so I wanted to give the people the opportunity in Louisville that like want to do that, especially walking across the bridge, the chance to do that. So yes, we will be doing that. So Linda's here, says good morning, Whack Fam, ear hustling while walking the doggies. Have a blessed day. Brianna said yes, it was mostly Clubhouse. Everyone I talked to that weren't from the Clubhouse came to see Dr. Boss. I love that. Dr. Boss is amazing. I told her about my event and I was like, look, you don't have everyone that I tell about my event like doesn't have to come. It's a lot of pressure to travel to all these places, especially if you have a family and stuff like that. But she was like, I want to help you however I can. So if you want to come on my YouTube channel or you want me to make a post or anything about it, like I would love to. Like Dr. Boz is absolutely amazing and I love her. And mom just walked in the room and that in her Nike Run Club app just reminded me, you guys. So I just finished telling you about how far away the conference was, like as a walk. Mom has been running the Nike Run Club app from the room to, oh God. Oh, I didn't know she brought it. Why would she bring it, you guys? But she's been having the Run Club app from the hotel room to the conference, and I said, "You're cheating."
It's steps, ain't it? Thank you. We country miles. I've done these past 3 or 4 days. I've done like almost 15 miles.
Yeah,
You tell me that I was that cheating.
it's so
15
far
miles?
because like it has to be. I feel like in order for the miles to count, they have to be intentional. Like I am exercising to get these miles. She's like, no, from the room to the conference area, it's a good half mile. And if I walk that 3 times a day, why shouldn't I get the miles for that? So yes, but it was pretty funny. So Sam Banner's here, says hello, peoples. Let me see. Joyce is here, says ETA 10:30. So any WAC fam wants to see us. So if any WAC family wants to see us, at the that was there. So yeah, Brianna Joe Ray, if you're still here, Joyce and Barry will be here later. Mary T said good morning. Well, hi Mary T, glad you're here. Jen said yes to the bridge walk. Yeah, I mean it was really beautiful, and I'm already claiming that the weather's going to be amazing. So that is okay with me. Um, D said, "Are you still running Chef Michael's room?" No, absolutely not. So we stopped doing that a couple of months ago. Chef Michael has moved on to bigger and better priorities, Master Chef, right? So I was just like, I can't run these rooms, especially Erica runs the room, Judy runs the room. Like I'll join the rooms, I don't have to run one. And Triple J was supposed to co-run it with me, but then a couple months into it, his work schedule changed, so like it was just me, and I was like, I did not sign up for this. So I stopped running that room. But there's so many other rooms on Clubhouse already that I didn't feel too bad. So yes. Mary T says, hi, Mama Chris.
Hi, Mary T.
Harris said, I only committed to Ketopalooza, but the summit looked fun. I can't wait to get to Ketopalooza. I feel that. I'm so glad that you're coming. And also thanks for buying a shirt and supporting me and Triple J. So I appreciate that no matter what. Mary T said, can't wait to see Louisville. It's absolutely beautiful. TC's here. Says, good morning, everyone. Jen said, for some reason, I thought all the 7 a.m. Clubhouse rooms ended because of work schedule changes. If it's still happening, I will have to log back on. Honestly, it started every day, and then it moved to like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then it moved to maybe just Thursday. I mean, like, it's very sporadic. It's nowhere near as consistent as it used to be. I haven't been on Clubhouse in a couple of weeks because I'll keep checking to see if there's a room in the morning because I can't get on there in the afternoon. Like once I go to work, my social media brain like, and so I ain't getting on there in the evenings either. But they're not as scheduled and regular as they used to be, but they're still there. So, but no, I'm not running them. I got things to do. My bang. My bang is my out of town treat, and so I've been having one every morning. I've also been having way more of these than I should. Chalk Zero sent tons of bags of these, and so they were in our swag bags and then scattered throughout everywhere. Like, hey, have some more Chalk Zero. Also, Monk Pack sent some stuff. Yeah, look at that. Oops. Where'd all the monk packs go? But it was over the course of 4 days, and there's only 4 in there, so it wasn't too bad. And when we landed on Wednesday, and Joyce and Barry took us to the to Walmart to pick up some stuff, I was like, I'm not picking up snacks because I know they're gonna have them there, and there's no point in like double doing with the snacks. So, and I was right because there were snacks abound, snacks aplenty, if you will. But I'll be happy to get home. I'll probably give some of these away. Hopefully, Joyce and Barry, if you like snacks, you can have some snacks. But it was all really great. Oh, Mom is on. Hey, Mom. She's sitting over there. Mom, something's on your visor. Is it like a string? It's red. That's weird.
Oh, Dr. Barry's autograph.
Dr. Barry's autograph is on her visor. I did not know that he wrote on her visor. Oh, that's pretty funny. So. Jen said, blame Richard for the vanishing snack since he's not here to defend himself. No, yeah, I mean, hey, yes, he is. He's right
hey,
there.
Everybody, I'm trying to pack.
Yeah, who's trying to pack? Because, so we got to be out. Joyce said, have you drank all your strawberry Zevia yet? No, I haven't. Of course, Joyce showed up with a 6-pack, which was the perfect amount. I think we've drank 3 or 4 of them, but we have some left over today that will be gone before we get to the airport because, we can't take it with us. So, what happens in Orlando stays in Orlando. That's what I'm telling you. So, but the conference was really fun. Lots of good speakers, lots of just fun times. I would have to say the biggest the biggest stress and strain of the conference was the lack of internet. Like, I think it's some sort of racket where they intentionally make the internet service bad so that you have to pay for the conference internet, which is very expensive. But like, because I brought shirts to sell and everything, and that was really good too. I maybe sold 15, 20 shirts, which was absolutely awesome. But I have my little Shopify reader. Like, we literally had to like go outside, like hold it up to the air to get a signal. It was so difficult trying to take cards when you didn't have a signal, trying to post on Instagram, trying to do all these things. Like, you had to wait till you got back to the room. And then of course you got this like, succession of like ding, ding, Like, oh, all of these notifications that I couldn't get while I was in a freaking, dead zone down there. But I mean, it was okay. It was really fun. Let me look at the comments. Okay. Gigi said I had a bang the other day. It was root beer blitz. Oh, I didn't think I was going to like it, but it was really good. Yeah, I don't think I root beer blitz doesn't necessarily sound like my favorite, but once again, I'm not really a fan of root beer. So there's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So, one thing that I was doing here at Orlando, as much as I was participating and helping, of course, I'm also keeping an eye out for like, what's working here? What could be improved? So I wrote down a lot of things. I'm like, okay, I have to remember to do this for Ketopalooza. Oh, I have to remember to do that. Like, okay, that didn't maybe, like, okay, I don't think we're going to do that anymore. Like it was really fun to just kind of observe. And as much as like Ketopalooza stresses me out sometimes, like once you get in it, like being with everyone here just kind of made me excited. Like, you know what? I can't wait till people, get to Louisville and, we get to run the show. So that makes me happy. Oh, also, surprise guest Dave Feldman showed up. And because I think they invited him, but he didn't know if he was going to be able to come. So he's funding his own study, of course, about cholesterol and lean mass hyperresponders. And in order to fundraise for that, he created these commemorative enamel pins that you can buy. And this is specifically for the Keto Orlando Summit. See, he knows what he's doing. He's creating special edition pins that are limited quantity so that you feel like you have to get them and then collect them all like Pokemon. And so I bought this one. They're $25 each. I'm going to look online for the website, but the first edition that he had was the Keto Orlando Summit pin. And this is funding his research for his lean mass hyperresponder study. So it was cool. I bought one from him the first, the day that he was here. And then the rest of the conference, you get to wear it. And you're like, I support Dave Feldman and cholesterol. I approve this cholesterol message. So yeah, that's where a lot of us were wearing those too, which I was like, dang, now he needs to make one for Ketopalooza. I would absolutely love that. Yes, we're going to give that to Joyce and Barry. Tanya said root beer is nothing like you would think. I bought it at the $1.25 store. You're right, $1.25 tree, exactly. And I was pleasantly surprised. Not root beery at all. Then why would they put that on there? What does it taste like if it's not root beer? Mary T said any ETA and the KPL schedule events. It's already on the website, ketopalooza.com. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a tentative itinerary, but it is already on there. So go ahead and look. TC said, what's your biggest takeaway from Orlando in terms of like the talks that were given? Or I'll just name a bunch of takeaways. So one of my biggest takeaways and something that I'm really focusing on, which I've been focusing on incorporating into my life for a while, but Jonathan Shane had a really good talk about whole foods keto and just how, we shouldn't be afraid of real food, no matter what it is. If that's a sweet potato or a white potato or, an apple, right? Like if we want something sweet, if we want something carby, which isn't necessarily bad for our journeys, especially women. You guys know how I've been learning about eating for my hormones for a very long time, about how it can actually be in your best interest to eat carbs, but just, making it whole food, right? So eat the strawberries instead of the Choc Zero. But, of course, if you're going to have the chocolate, make it Choc Zero, but really just the emphasis on whole real food and not having to fear real food. Another thing that Maria Emmerich, she was here for just like a day. She got in and out. So apparently they're going to Africa. And she like did later on this week, and she was like, if I get sick, I can't go see the gorillas in like the animal zoo. And she was like, I love you guys, but I love the gorillas more. Like, so you can't touch me. Like she wore a mask. She was like, stay away. I can't take a risk of getting sick here, But one thing that she kind of mentioned that really made me, like things that make you go, she just kind of offhandedly mentioned how the colon is good for digesting low quality foods such as vegetables and fiber. So because of course her talk was mostly the importance of protein and eating and protein, but how the small intestine, which we have way more of, is good at digesting meat and high quality food. And I was just like, wait a minute. Because you remember, every time I tell you guys that I go strict carnivore, I don't have carbs, my number 2 situation is horrible. But I was just like, I got 40 centimeters of my small intestine cut out because of my Crohn's disease. And so I was just like, maybe that's why I don't do good with a primarily meat diet, is because she said our small intestine is what's good for breaking that down and digesting it. And I don't have as much as the average human. So I was like, that is why I do better with carbs, right? And I don't think she meant to say that as in, like, that was her reason to eat more meat. It's because you have way more small intestine than you do large intestine. But I was like, I don't have as much small intestine as everybody else. And maybe that's why I do poorly with primarily meat diet, right? So it was really helpful for me. And then I love hearing Kim Howerton. I feel like Kim Howerton is the every woman of like my journey. Like she's just like that's me, like a regular person that just, working on losing weight, working on the mindset that it takes to maintain it, like not a doctor, not coming from a scientific or medical place, but just like a real life. These are the choices you're gonna have to make to change your life, right? And I was like, I love Kim Howerton. So yeah, those were my main takeaways. Let's see. Tanya said, Autumn, it's a subtle, non-overwhelming root beer taste. But like, what if I want no root beer taste at all? Like, why would I even want a subtle root beer taste? So Mary T said, great, thanks. I have a friend coming to visit from Indiana. Need to fit that in. Oh yeah, that would be great. So I would recommend Friday afternoon, like Friday morning, afternoon before the event starts, because registration don't start till 3 p.m. So you got all day Friday. Saturday evening, we're done at like 6 p.m. So you have all night Saturday. And then Sunday afternoon, we're done at like 3 p.m. So you have all day Sunday. So those are what I would recommend. Um, Jen said, I love insights like that. Like, yeah, I didn't even really think about that in that aspect, but I was like, I'm gonna have to, but I was gonna change I changed my diet to incorporate more carbs anyway, but now at least I kind of know why, right? So I was like, interesting. Sam Banner said I would prioritize animals over human contact too. Yeah, yeah. Maria Emmerich was like, I mean, maybe we can hang out later, but this is not the time. Like, I want to make sure that I'm in the best condition when I go to Africa. So, yeah. Tanya said, I think the same thing about Kim Howerton. She's smart, witty, and relatable. Yes, all those things. And she sang 9 to 5 yesterday at karaoke. Oh my God, karaoke. This one right here. And to his defense, which barely his defense, it was Jonathan Shane's idea, but they sang Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker, which I had never heard of before. And Richard apparently had never heard of before. But you put a mic in Richard's hand and you put him on the stage, and madness ensues, and it was bad. It was very bad. Yeah, it was bad, Richard. I don't. So of course that was pretty fun. We sang. So me and Brianna and Joe Ray and a couple other people, we sang "We Don't Talk About Bruno," which was okay. Don't get me wrong, but like, you guys, karaoke is a science for me. Like, singing is a technical activity that you participate in, right? Like, sure, it might be fun for others, but it's not, it's fun, but it's fun because I do it like properly. Like, I follow the rules. And so at this karaoke, we were on stage, but there were no speakers on stage. The only speakers were coming down where the audience was, because we were going through the AV system of the entire room. So we didn't realize there were no speakers back where we could hear. So the music was far away. Like, you couldn't, from the stage, you couldn't hear the music, but from the audience, you could hear the music. And so everybody's timing got off in a little bit. And like, I was just like, but that was only for our song. It was every song, because you could tell the people on stage couldn't hear the music. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm not getting back up there. The conditions aren't favorable for, perfect execution of this song, this music. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. Now, granted, from the audience, I had a great time singing people's songs because I could hear the music better than the people on stage could. And so it was just frustrating. But I mean, it was a little thing. Don't get me wrong. It took the experience down to like a 7 out of 10. But it was fun. But of course, me, I'm a perfectionist. If it ain't 10, what's the point of doing it at all, right? And that's also another insight I took away. That's not how we should treat our keto journeys, right? Because y'all know me. If I can't measure and weigh down like down to the gram of cheese, my thought was like, Well, then why don't I just eat the chocolate cake? Why don't I just go off the rails? What's the point of staying on plan at all if I can't be perfect? And especially since I'm going to be traveling more, I just can't have that mindset. Like doing the best you can with the information that you have is still so much better than throwing it all out the window because you can't be perfect, right? Like we can't make good the enemy of perfect. Good is still good enough, right? But when it comes to karaoke, good is not good enough. If it can't be ideal, I won't be singing, right? But that's another thing that I've also been working on is like being more comfortable with guesstimating. Like, okay, if I'm gonna have this handful of almonds, like I can't weigh out that it's exactly 28 grams, but I have to trust that like I'm using my eyes and I'm being as like reasonable as possible. And so that way I can just guesstimate that it's an ounce of almonds instead of saying I don't know how many I'm eating, so I might as well eat them all because what's the point, Like that's the sort of stuff I've been working on. So let me see. Just looking. Jen said my first week at my new job went great. So happy about the new role. That's amazing. And I can't believe you started it already. Like time just flies. Ready Set Keto's here. Says hello, Autumn. Hello, everyone.
Job,
Hi,
Jen.
Ready Set Keto. So Lord, oh my God, Joyce said I can just go to my friend's house and play with the lemurs and go tromping through the gator marsh. Yeah, they
All right,
they
there we
told
go.
us about that.
There
Yeah,
we
we don't. Yeah, we do. Who needs to go to Africa to see wild animals? They're just a couple miles away here in Florida. Absolutely not. It's no. Speaking of animals, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say that I miss the dogs, but I will say that like, oh, it'll be good when we get to see them tomorrow. So I don't care. Look, there have been times throughout this weekend where I've literally forgotten I had animals. Like I was just like, oh crap, I should call grandmama to see how Milton and Madeline are doing. Oops. So it's been good to not have to have the mental weight of that. And I'm also happy that I have family that I can trust to take care of my animals to where I don't have to worry about like I wonder how they're doing, right? But there's just been some times where I was just like, oh my God, they are there, aren't they? And Alexander's over at Beverly's house with Winston and Wyatt, which she says he's been doing really good and they get along better. Now that they've been having to cohabitate for the past 5 days, apparently they get along better, which is a good thing. But I will be happy to see them when I get home. So Tanya said, "Hater, you missed the dogs." I mean, I will.
Thank you, Tanya.
I will be. It won't be a bad thing to see them when I see them. So, um, Ready Set Keto said, Autumn, Noah, our 11-year-old, has been asking to go to Ketopalooza. Do you think he would enjoy it? I think he would definitely enjoy the community aspect of it. I'll say on Saturday, especially when the talks are being done for like 6 hours, maybe that would be the least enjoyable, least enjoyable time, unless he has an interest in the keto lifestyle. But some of it's going to be story related, but some of it is science related, and so I don't want him to feel like he's back in school earlier than he has to be. But there are, but it's, and also Louisville from a standpoint, like if you guys want to go to the Science Museum or the Bat Museum or just walk around, like it is a very fun place to go. But the conference itself, I will say there might be one or two. I don't know, Gigi, if you're bringing the granddaughter. There are a couple of teenagers that come, but if he's interested in this sort of stuff, then it is family friendly at the end of the day. But that's just something to consider. Mom said, "I miss the dogs, I'm sure." So Mary T said they will be more happy to see you. Nothing like a happy to see you puppy face. Yeah, I can imagine. Like Alexander will just like run up and then immediately throw himself on his back so that we can rub his stomach. So Madeline will just walk up to me and like sniff my ankles and stuff, and then she'll just be like, "Okay, can we go home now?" Like it'll be that'll be what it's like. So that's good. I'm looking. Ooh, I made it to 30 minutes. Congratulations to myself. Okay, Richard, do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
That I enjoyed the entire Whack fam and that I can't wait to see everybody.
Yay! Okay. Okay, guys. Well, so we have to finish packing. It's 10 o'clock. We got to be out. Okay. We have to get out of here. But I'm so happy to be able to be live. Right. Hopefully the internet connection held up because, like I said, over in the conference area, it was trash McTrasherson. But we'll be back on Black Wednesday this evening at no Wednesday evening. This Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. And then like Mary T said, next conference is Ketopalooza. Now there's some people going to Omaha I'm not going to Omaha, but marching toward Ketopalooza. It's officially countdown on. So you guys, here's I'm gonna ask you a favor, right? The most stressful part about Ketopalooza for me is the ticket selling part. Like, it's not organizing the event. It's not doing any of that stuff. It's the fact it's like, oh, I got to sell these tickets because I got to have money to pay for this stuff so that I can provide a great experience. So as I start putting things out there, like, social media posts and everything, it would mean the world to me if you reposted, if you shared, if you encourage people in the community. The good thing is about the WAC fam, we already know most of us are already coming, right? But if there's people in other circles, if you're in other keto groups or if you're in other Facebook groups and things like that with people that might not know about Ketopalooza, it would mean the world to me if you would advocate for it, to let them know that we're going to have a great time, right? Because that's the biggest thing, is just making sure enough people know about it. And so I can only do so much. So I'm officially asking you all to post about it, to repost about it when you see things that I put out there, because I want it to be as successful as possible. It takes money to do that. So, and then of course, the more people that we can reach, the more of a community we can build, that'll be even better. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. Like I said, now that Keto Orlando's over, I have no excuse. It's full steam ahead, right? So thank you so much for all of that. Mary said, how many tickets left? Oh, well over 100. Like, I mean, we have room for 300 people, right? And so the next major milestone is 200, right? And if we get 200, we'll be in a good space financially. But like, we have room for 300. Of course, as Dr. Barry says, like, yo, we're going to blow this thing out, And so that would be my goal, and that would be amazing, right? So that's what I'm shooting for. But plenty of tickets left. Tell everybody. Two Crazy Ketos has a code. Dr. Barry has a code. Everybody has a code, right? So they can get $15 off by using other people's codes, but to go get a general admission ticket. So thank you so much. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.